Hello, I'm John Cena. Press the free like button if you believe that Chris Jericho should be a part-timer, just like me, for All Elite Wrestling. The more we see him, the less we want to see him. How can we miss you if you don't go away for a while?
I gotta be honest, this needs to be said. I think Chris Jericho has really hurt his long-term legacy when it comes to being a fake pro wrestler. All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. That company has hurt the image of Chris Jericho, but it's not Tony Khan's fault though. I think it's Chris Jericho's fault. This dude has too much power, man. Hell, people think CM Punk had all this power. People think Omega has power. People think the Bucks got power. No, I think Chris Jericho is the most powerful guy in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. I mean, this dude has tons of control when it comes to his booking. It's crazy. Because, it's going on 5 years, right? I'm losing count on how many factions this guy done started. Bro, he's going too far, right? And here's what I mean. He said that when he was in the World Wrestling Federation, he was never in a faction. He said in WCW, he was never in a faction. So, he's doing this as a bucket list goal. Where it's okay, now he's in tons of factions because people never saw him in a faction during his younger years. But people keep saying, oh, Chris Jericho, he's great at reinventing himself. I'm like, bro, he's going too far with it. Now it's becoming quantity over quality. You can't keep reinventing yourself every year, man. That's a cop-out. It's it makes no sense. You can't keep always reinventing yourself every year, man, because now you are now watered down. You are now quantity over quality. All these different characters are quantity. They are not quality. He is not getting over. And I don't get All Elite Wrestling. Can we please have storyline connections? Can we please have endings? I believe this is Big Bill's maybe third group he's been in? Okay, where is the explanation on what happened with Ricky Starks and Big Cass? I don't get it. Okay, they were in a feud last year, right? It was Big Cass, Ricky Starks versus Sammy G and Chris Jericho. Okay, what happened? Now all of a sudden, he's boys with Chris Jericho without explanation. Bro, you just had your own Chris Jericho and Ricky Starks. Tony Khan, you need to stop doing this. Stop putting guys in factions and tag teams, and then with no reason, they move on without a cap off. I mean, what happened with Starks and Big Bill or Big Cass? Are they still friends? We don't know what's going on here. Give us an ending. Give us an explanation. If this was the World Wrestling Federation, we would have an explanation. Hence why Giovanni Vinci got kicked out of Imperium, right? Okay, that was an ending. They gave us an explanation on why he was kicked out. Okay, can you imagine Dominic joining Santos Escobar without explanation, right? Okay, out of nowhere, this dude stops hanging out with Rhea Ripley, and he chooses to hang out with Santos Escobar in his faction. Okay, we need an explanation on why Dominic is no longer in the goddamn Judgment Day. That's my point. You would have an issue with this if this was Triple H. That's my beef. Nobody talks about this, man. It's crazy. Am I going insane? It's bro, we need storyline continuations. You can't put Dominic in a group with Santos without giving us an ending between him and the Judgment Day first, right? This is what Tony Khan is doing. He's putting Big Bill with Chris Jericho without explanation. Okay, bro, what happened with you and Ricky Starks? You guys were tag team champions. Sting and Darby Allin beat y'all, so you guys were a serious team that was getting over. So what's going on, man? So I'm losing count on how many teams Jericho has been on. Like I said, this is quantity over quality. Stop giving Jericho credit, right? Stop giving him credit for always reinventing himself. He's not doing it. This is nothing more than ego. Every time he feels like he's not getting over, he starts a faction or he gives himself a new nickname. This is bad. He's hurting his legacy by doing this. It's like, listen, very, very soon, this guy will get go away heat. And this has nothing to do with Kylie Ray. I'm like, listen, people got tired of Jericho before Kylie Ray. That's my point. So, how many groups this guy done been in? This is insane in the membrane, right? So, his first group, the Inner Circle, okay, they broke up. Then he moves on to MJF. Then they break up. Then he reunites with Sammy G, and they become the Sex Gods. Okay. Then he moves on to the Jericho Appreciation Society, and then they break up. Now he's in a new faction with him and Big Bill, Big Cass, called the Learning Tree. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, this is crazy. This is not good creative. This is bad, bro. Like, and it's crazy. Nobody gets over under Chris Jericho. Nobody. Right? Let's talk about LAX. Right? Let's talk about Ortiz and Santana. Where are they at? Santana is gone, right? Santana is gone. Where is Ortiz, right? Where is Sammy G? Where is Jack Swagger? Nowhere. They did not get over. Once they left Jericho. This is an ego trip where Jericho is a leech, right? He thinks he's putting you over, but he's not. Jericho thinks he gives people the rub. He does not give people the rub. Nobody got the rub in the Jericho Appreciation Society. Nobody. Nobody got over. They are jobbers. That's facts. Where's Sammy G? Nowhere. Where's Jack Swagger? Nowhere. He was a fucking lackey. Now, Big Bill will be a lackey for Chris Jericho. Like I said, man, Con Man does not like big men. His mindset is the only thing big men are good for is being a bodyguard / lackey. Ask Hobbs, ask Wardlow, ask Big Cass, right? Ask Brian Cage. The list goes on and on. That's all he does is use big guys to be the heater for small men. That's crazy. He would never crown a big guy world champion in terms of like a Hobbs or a Big Cass, Wardlow. Do I look at Joe as a big guy? Not so much, because he ain't that tall. That's what I mean. He is a work rate guy. Con Man loves work rate guys. But to get back to Chris the Leech Jericho, man, dude, this man has hurt his legacy. Now, this man has been exposed. Where it's like now we know he is nothing more than a theme song. Because now since he changed his theme song, man, Jericho gets no pops. So now we know he was nothing more than a goddamn theme song. That's crazy. So the point I'm trying to make is Jericho, man, let's say he goes back to the World Wrestling Federation. It's not gonna be any different. I think the Jericho train has ended. Like, usually when somebody goes back to the World Wrestling Federation, they get huge pops. But no, man, Jericho would not get a huge pop if he goes back to the World Wrestling Federation. We are now over Chris Jericho, and that's sad. But I don't blame Con Man. I blame Jericho. Jericho has too much power. There's no way Vince McMahon would give him all of these factions. Like I said, man, put some respect on Vince McMahon's name as a booker. Like I said, from day one. When it comes to the WWF machine, that crap is real. The machine makes you look better than what you really are. Jericho has been exposed. Jericho has not been over since year one of All Elite Wrestling. That's my point. He's like Edge, fucking Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose. Those guys ain't shit. without the WWF machine making them look good with their marketing. Now they don't have that. These guys got to stand on wrestling matches to get over because they no longer have the machine as their push. I tell you, the machine is real. Dude, here's what I fucking mean. Jericho was a jobber, a mid-carder in WCW. Vince McMahon booked him as a main eventer that you see today. Who did that? Vince fucking McMahon. You dumb bitch. Good Lord, man. Put some respect on Vince McMahon's name, man. He made all of your fake pro wrestler stars. We would know who the fuck Jon Moxley is if it wasn't for the machine and Vince McMahon pushing this guy. Okay? Put some respect on this guy's name, man. Like, who is your favorite fake pro wrestler? I guarantee you this. Vince McMahon made them who they are. Okay, let's say your favorite fake pro wrestler is Razor Ramon. Okay, who made Razor Ramon? Vince McMahon. Right? Let's talk about Bret Hart. Bret Hart was a fucking nobody in WCW. He was overpaid. He was a mid-carder. Right? This dude was the TV champion. Right? He was the television fucking champion. That's how low Bret Hart became in WCW. Right? Because he didn't have the machine backing him anymore. He was on his own. Right? Edge has been exposed. Paige has been exposed. Right? Vince McMahon turns jobbers into fucking stars. Ask Daniel Bryan. Ask Dean Ambrose. Right? He turns mid-carders into fucking stars, bruh. The Diamond Stud. Oz. Those guys went on to be Diesel and Razor Ramon. That's my point. Jericho, WCW, a fucking jobber. This dude goes to the WWF, and now he's a Hall of Famer because of Vince McMahon. How come Bischoff didn't push him like Vince McMahon did? Right? That's what I mean. Put some respect on Vince McMahon's name, and this dude made Jericho what he is. Right? Okay. They gave Jericho the world title in his first year in All Elite Wrestling. Okay, why? Because this dude had a name, a big-time mainstream name for the WWF machine. Ding, ding, ding. Now do you get it? Jericho ain't shit without Vince McMahon's backing. Same as Edge. Same as everybody else that is now in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. So that's my point. I feel like Jericho, his legacy has been tarnished. This dude has been exposed as a guy with bad ideas. I'm like, bro, I lost track on how many fucking nicknames he's had. The fucking Ocho or whatever. The fucking Painmaker. I'm like, come on, man. Too many names that nobody cares about. Now he's trying to push the Jericho Vortex. I'm like, the fuck is this, man? This is not quality. This is quantity. This don't mean shit. Okay, every year, this dude has to change his character because this man has bad ideas. He has bad gimmicks, bad characters. So please, shut the fuck up about Jericho being good at always reinventing himself. Man, fuck you. These are bad characters, bad gimmicks, bad groups that hurt people's careers. Where is Jack Swagger? Where is Seb G? Where is Ortiz and Santana? Like I said, what about Parker fucking Angelo or something? Those guys are jobbers. They did not get over under Chris Jericho. Like I said, Jericho is an egomaniac just like Rocky Maivia. That's my fucking point. And listen, his matches are not that great anymore. And I don't get it. It's like 1 year Jericho, he looks like he is in shape. But the fucking next year, he's fat again. Like, I don't get it, man. It's like he's hurting his image. So, to make a long story short, do I say Jericho should retire? No. I would never say a guy of his status should retire. No. But the longer he stays around and he books his own shows he booked his own characters, man, he is hurting his legacy without Vince McMahon and the World Wrestling Federation machine pushing him. Okay, I'm done.